Have you ever dreamed of renovating your own home, all while still working your regular 9 to 5? And the best part, my wife and I were planning our entire wedding, this whole renovation. See, I got engaged the week before I started tearing our future house apart. This isn't just a DIY passion project. This is gonna be our first home together. The place will grow our family, share lots of laughter, build our life, and make a million memories. So yeah. No pressure. You know, by day, I'm just like you, working a full-time job, stuck in meetings, but by night, I'm wielding hammers, slinging paint, turning this house into something unbelievable. This isn't a TV show with a crew of 20. It's just me, my pops, some of my friends, and a stubborn belief that we can get this done. It's not always pretty, it's not always perfect. If you're into big transformations, no sleep, and making it work no matter what, you're in the right place. So welcome to my 9 to 5 DIY life. This is the start of our future, so let's renovate a home and build a family, one project at a time. You know, it's pretty funny. Once you get into home renovations, you realize what you see on HGTV or maybe even some YouTubers is that home renovations aren't as cool or glamorous right away. There's a lot of prep work that goes into everything. For example, we went throughout the entire upstairs, looking at all the drywall, looking for any nail pops we could find. And we had to hammer those in, fill them with drywall mud, sand them down. And that's something you have to do before you can even paint. Technically, you could leave them and just paint over them. But, you know, my dad taught me during my first house, like, hey, we're gonna fix these nail pops. We're gonna make these walls smooth. They're gonna look great. And it is a very meticulous process. It is not glamorous. Even once you're done sanding, you gotta prime it because you wanna see how it looks with some fresh paint on it before you lay your final paint. We need to... I think I got all the spots, but we do need to pop off this trim because they put this bracket behind the trim. Can you grab the thing? Pry bar. I couldn't think of it. You got it? So we definitely had a lot of change of plans, how this build was gonna go and in what order, but we're here, we're renovating. This kind of works out because my shop's not done being set up and this is stuff I can do without the shop. Feeling like I made some progress being able to rip out the carpet after the paint's done. That's why you don't see me trying to cover anything. And the other reality that you're gonna have to face is that while you're doing demolition work, it will create more of that nitty-gritty work that you have to do. Ripping out cabinets, ripping out soffits. There's gonna be more drywall work that has to take place to get that wall to be flush now, to be fixed, to look like it was always built that way. And that's the trick to any home renovation, really. But you know, Pops and I took a few days throughout the entire house in order to get all of our walls proper, get them all fixed, get them all ready to be eventually painted.
I'd love to buy a new air conditioner, but I gotta...
Keep it here first?
Yep.
No, air conditioner would be cheaper.
Here, dude, I gotcha.
No, I'm not worried about that. I was wondering if I made more work.
Don't worry, dude. I got you held up real good.
But I don't...
And the setup work is, we're fixing drywall now, but in a couple weeks is when we'll actually paint, when there will be that payoff.
Somebody patched that. So now what are we gonna do? Really? All I did is what you did with the hammer.
Yeah, no, I believe you. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, this is still better than half the stuff we dealt with at my first house, so.
Yeah, well.
We're gonna have to get a patch kit probably, huh? That's a big hole.
No, that's, yeah.
Can I borrow you for a second? This is getting heavy. You can undo the drill. That's where I sleep, brother. Screw that last screw.
Nice job. There you go.
Jeez.
Perfect.
Dude, oh yeah, that was good. That went really good. I was wondering how I get it off. Figured it out. And after doing this for a few years, your eye starts to become sharp for the littlest imperfections in the drywall. And it drives me crazy because a lot of the time I'm like, oh, this is the coat, this is the paint, like we're gonna be ready to make some big progress now. But then you look at it and you see that little imperfection and you just can't let it be there. So you go ahead, you tackle it, you fix it, and you ultimately make it look better. Hey, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? You always leave me the freaking little knife when we do this.
Always what?
You always leave me the littlest putty knife when we do this.
Oh. I got one holding what?
Use the lid. About 2 hours in, we've made some decent progress so far.
Looks like a guy named Kyle was in this room. Actually, this whole house. Still working hard, huh?
Doing good. Gotta be careful though, because I don't want to destroy the PC or anything of value in here. Day 2 done. Only got to work like 2 hours today.
Basically destroyed the office and went ahead and touched up everything in the living room and the entry, all these walls. Started touching up the kitchen as well. I was gonna get started on all this,
But it's like 10 o'clock. We gotta be up early for work tomorrow, so staying positive. We're going. The thing you learn quickly as you're balancing maybe your 9 to 5 with a home renovation is there's gonna be streaks, 2-3 days in a row where you're able to work, make a lot of progress, and just feel good about what you're doing. But then you're gonna run into those 2-3 days where you're not able to work.
Was a hot summer's night.
Man, that's the thing about drywall work. Super important, but there's no glory in it.
Couldn't close your eyes.
They really screwed it in.
There were some screws here. I don't know what they went into.
It was a hot summer night.
that's annoying.
Say goodbye to these here cabinets. Ready to get these cabinets out or what, dude?
Mm-hmm.
You excited?
No. Let's just do it.
Classic Frank.
Lord, we couldn't close your eyes. An old woman's shout gave us a fright. She said,
Another decent day. I really thought this would go faster. It always seems to go this way. So whatever you think your timeline is for how long it'll take you to do a renovation, double it. And give it to the next guy. I just feel like, this is the hard part, the detail part, and it takes the longest because you want to do a good job. You don't want to rush and do a bad job. It's just once we get over this hump, I think it'll go fast. Just trying to stay positive. Adversity builds character. God is good.
Pretty soon you're gonna have to live with Grandma and Grandpa for a little bit. I don't want your paws to get ruined. We're far off though, don't worry, bud.
So I ended up not recording it all yesterday. I didn't really do much. All I did was rip out this pantry area. We had the 2 doors up top, 2 doors down below. Had the face frame all around here. Yeah, I'm gonna just do some more mudding to this. Not very exciting. I'll probably hit this trim line right there just to be safe. You never know. So, yep. The grind continues. Let's go. It's funny, when I think about the original plans I had for some of the renovations, like specifically in the kitchen, I did a video on how I destroyed the kitchen. Today was gonna be some of the first progress you saw on me doing the fix I wanted to do. I wanted to keep the old cabinet carcasses, backfill the grain, paint them, and because again, cost efficiency was really on my mind. So if you'll recall in episode 3, I had a problem with my kitchen. The problem I had with my kitchen, which made me destroy it, I don't love the face frames here. You lose about a ½ inch on each side, inch overall, and I'm just not a fan of face frames. Up top here, we really don't see any braces, so I thought that this face frame is very supporting. And I still think that's the case. And I was struggling with how to fix this. So then the other night, I had an idea. I can just leave the face frames on, but I'm gonna try to use my oscillating tool here to cut this off, cut into the
face frame to get this flush with the actual cabinet carcass itself. And that way I still have a nice finish on the outer edge. The strength should still be there. So I'm experimenting with this one because it's small and I'm hoping the counter won't break. I don't know if it's right or not. I feel like it should be, but only one way to find out. So here we go. All right, so far we're doing good. Now the next challenge is gonna be taking these down on the sides and tops to be right in line with the cabinet carcass.
And sometimes it's easy to look back on the time I put it in the kitchen and say, man, what a waste of time. It wasn't. I really got to understand the layout I wanted for my kitchen. You know, I tried something new. I was trying to develop a new skill. You know, it would have worked, but it just would have taken a lot more time. And I realized how important it is to be more time efficient. You know, the cost of my time is far greater to dedicate days, probably weeks, to this idea of refinishing the cabinets. It could have gone wrong. Anyways, so now Pop's here. I've just vacuumed actually the whole kitchen area. Blue supervising as usual. So now I'm gonna use ram board.
We're gonna protect this kitchen floor here. We're gonna be doing the sanding.
It's boring, so I'm not gonna record a clip of us doing this.
All went wrong. Yeah.
Christian,
What?
show yourself real quick.
Let me tell you.
And again, just super grateful for all of my friends that were able to help me, Tommy and Christian. And huge shout out to Christian for coming out during all this demo work. Made it go so much faster and was really a lot more fun that way, because as much fun as it is to break stuff, it's always way more fun to break stuff with your best friend.
Hey, the trouble with the man was gambling his life away on a whim.
Pops is finishing up the walkway. We're all done here.
Christian finished the office, my room. I'm gonna do the kitchen and the dining room. Let's go.
Blue's chilling. We got WWE on in the background.
Yeah, he's starting on the carpet.
I said we. No. Listen, use your ears, mijo.
However, the big adversity that I was not expecting occurred while we were demoing out all the carpet in the primary bedroom. We'll let it play out.
I'm sad to tell you. So sad.
Looks like probably they had this window replaced because it was leaking, and I don't know, they never addressed here. Pretty much runs the whole span of the window. But we have this whole room cleared out now. Blue, get out of here. I don't want you to step on a staple.
He won't be staying here now that the floor is coming out. On to the next room. Thankfully, the other bedrooms, as well as the living room, went smooth. No other water damage found. So, morale continued to go up. But this just goes to show that whatever you think you have planned for a renovation, can't bank on it. Having water damage in the subfloor was not on my bingo card for 2024's home renovation. So the fact that we found that, the fact that it was pretty extensive, not a good time, Bob. But good positive attitude and more money. We got through it.
Got so much carpet everywhere.
I got carpet too.
Trim that bush, baby.
It's time to hopefully get rid of this crap, then we're done taking out carpet for the day.
Now we're gonna rip down the span.
I want to. I do have the new ones. All right, new challenge. Grab it while it's spinning. Go. So once we got all of the foam padding from underneath the carpet out, everything was an organized mess, which is the best thing you can do for yourself to be productive through a renovation, in my opinion. It's easy to know where all your tools are. The faster you can work, the more work you'll get done. However, just when I thought my spirits were high, I found another thing that we're gonna have to do in order to make this renovation possible.
I discovered that we're gonna need 1/4-inch plywood to go throughout the entire upstairs
In order to be able to keep the floor level as we lay the new floor. So that's gonna be really fun to do. I'm probably gonna put primer in here tonight, hopefully. And then, yeah, maybe tomorrow we paint it and that room will actually be done. I can't emphasize enough how grateful I am that all this office needed was nail pops fixed and paint. That was it. Floor stayed, everything stayed the same. This room's goated. Good vibes. I mean, the good thing about the house being destroyed is like I have nothing better to do than to just work on the house.
I'm gonna rip out all of the tack strip that's all on the outer edge, any staples in the center, so we'll do that out here, then in the bedrooms there.
Probably where we'll call it for the night.
With the upstairs the way it is, now I have all my stuff down here. It's where I'm sleeping tonight.
But if there's anything I learned from the last time I did this at my last house,
It's stressful. Obviously, it breaks you out of your routine. This is like the grind. This is the part that doesn't get a lot of glory. You know, everybody loves the highlight reel, the before and after, the end goal. But this is the part that you learn to love, the struggle. Because when you learn to love the struggle, you learn to love the process. There's no chase anymore. Like, you're not constantly chasing that feeling of completion or just being at the end. You enjoy the process. You learn to love the process. And yeah. That's where I'm at now. God is good. Going to bed now.
Let me tell you, nothing will make you appreciate your normal bedroom, a bed, until you got to sleep on the floor in your basement. It was a very humbling experience, but again, it motivated me to work more, work harder, go until 2 a.m. Doing this at 30 compared to when I did it at 22, way different feels, but it had to get done no matter what, and we grinded.
Morning, y'all. First night on the couch, or first night on the bed in the basement. Less than ideal, but could have been worse. What are we gonna do today? We're gonna break out some tile.
But before I could destroy all the tile, I had somebody come see the progress.
Hello.
Hey,
How are you? Oh my goodness gracious, look at everything you've done. Awesome.
if you don't mind, take your shoes off. I don't want to ruin the...
Okay.
I just clean. Mom, I'm kidding.
Oh, I thought you were for real.
Mom, look at how this
I know,
place
but
looks.
I mean, that's fine. I have to respect what you want.
You're a silly goose.
Wow.
What do you think? Doesn't it look great? I think I'm gonna leave it like this, actually.
For some reason, Alex wasn't a fan of the open concept. Don't know why.
We went ahead and got an 11-pound demolition hammer. Kind of sucks. It's taking forever. Definitely should have done a more heavy-duty one. Pops is going to get a hammer. I'm hoping that once I get going on this, I'm going to crank. Gonna just be a great way to stay in shape. Nothing to it but to do it. Time lapse now.
So, when it finally came time to demo the tile, the plan was I'm going to use a hammer drill. I got the 11-pound hammer drill. Pops was going to use the axe. First of all, I've said I should probably use the axe. He insisted, so whatever. We started on it. I was having a tough time getting going with the 11-pound hammer drill.
Holy cow. I think I've only been going at this like 10 minutes. Like, I'm drenched in sweat. The technique that I'm finding most effective is like, you basically have to sit in a squat the entire time in order to actually get good chunks out. In order to save time, I'm gonna go get another one. Dad can use it. That will be worth the money. Because he's not having a good time right now. Alright, so I'm back.
And Dad was clearly just shooting all that tile all over the place. Was gonna make so many more marks within the drywall, and then that would just be more mud, more sanding, more paint, more primer. We said no. I said no. I overruled him. Pops took the 11-pound drill hammer, and I went and I got the 20-pound drill hammer. And let me tell you, this is my favorite tool. It's generational. If you have the opportunity to use it, use it.
All right, you get the idea. I'm done doing it here. It's sick. I'm starting to think this wasn't a good idea. I think we're in a good spot. Kind of done at this point.
The only thing I would do different now, looking back, is I would have got two 20-pound hammer drills, and we probably could have cranked this out in like an hour, maybe even 2. Pops also did decide to take a break at the end and watch. I can't remember. It was some golf tournament. Just like, come on, dude. We have a job. What am I paying you for? And then he told me I wasn't paying him, and I was like, that's right.
Pops is doing cleanup. I'm bringing a wheelbarrow to take all this crap out, you know. How much fun do you have doing this?
None.
He likes these power tools. He said these are his favorite tools. Mine too. I'm returning the 2 tools. I'm gonna have to do something I've never done before and order a dumpster.
This house was built in '89, and I did not realize how differently they did tile back then. There was that wire meshing that you saw me pull up. They would staple that into the subfloor, have a very thick layer of mortar, and then that tile was super thick. Thankfully, we had a lot of good chunks come up, but it was still a crazy mess. Not only did I have to worry about all the staples from the carpet and the foam, I now had to worry about the staples from the tile, which I did not expect. But that's very small bananas compared to the hole we found in the floor.
Hallway situation's looking a little dire right now. I figure we're gonna shift our attention back to the kitchen for now. So what I'm gonna... Okay, so it's been like 10 minutes, and this is kind of what we're doing.
And that is a wrap on week 1. It was a very good week, very productive. We were able to get a lot of the prep work done for the drywall. We demoed out carpet, we demoed out tile. Now we got to figure out how to clean up the tile, get it out of the house. How are we going to get the dumpster? Where are we going to get it from? All the things you don't think about during a renovation that you have to do. But this is the reality of a home renovation. When this isn't your job, this isn't your career, or you're not a YouTuber, you're not on HGTV, you don't have a crew of 20 dudes, like, these are the things you figure out on the fly. So I hope you were able to take something away from this, something helpful, or if nothing else, you were at least a little entertained. But I thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss week 2, how we clean this up, the progress that comes along next. I hope you subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notifications, send a video to a friend. You know the drill. But most importantly, don't forget to have a great day or night. Don't forget to keep God number 1. God bless.